school safety and what we've done in the last month. Obviously, everybody's world changed in December with what happened in Connecticut. We hadn't seen a school shooting take place at an elementary school, and so it really caused us to take another look at our plan and to make sure that we're providing the safest environment we possibly can for all of our kids. And in that process, we had the opportunity to communicate with our local police enforcement, law enforcement, and we've had multiple meetings since then. And I want to make sure that I thank Director Andy Nervin, Sheriff Todd Purcell, Scott Paquette, our liaison officer with our schools that are in the city, Darcy Belahosky, our liaison officer at the high school. She works with our county. Our county emergency manager, Scott Schroeder, and then we also have had Jim Van Bengadin, also known as Benji, who is a consultant for school safety. He has met with Bill Fogel, who leads our school safety, myself, Deb Tyson, and Joe Bowman, in conversations where we've looked at our plan. And we are continuing to look at our plan and actually have formed a school safety committee so that we continue to look at our plan and make it a process. We met originally on December 21st, so immediately following, to look at our plan, the plan we have in place, and to look at potential changes that we needed to make to enhance our plan. And we did that over the break. We did put together some changes. Basically, just clarified some of the things that we already had in place, just to make sure that we were doing them as well as we possibly could. We then had, on that professional development, met with every school so that we made sure we were communicating with our teachers and parapros, those, so that they knew what to do in the event of a lockdown and in the event of a situation where we had to go into a lockdown. So we met to review that and had great conversations in each building. The teachers gave a lot of good feedback, things that we've added to our list. We met as a committee following to kind of debrief to see what we needed to do in the future. And we have a meeting again at the end of the month to continue the process to keep the ball rolling. Our liaison officers, Andy Nervin, Todd Purcell, Darcy Belahosky, all joined us when we visited the schools. And I appreciate that, and I know our teachers appreciated that because they had an opportunity to ask them questions. It was great to see the relationship, and I feel very confident that we're continuing to build that relationship with our schools and with local law enforcement so that, God forbid, something like this ever happened, we would have a good communication and a good relationship in place. I feel comfortable with the plan we have. We just want to continue to look at what we need to do in the future. And some of those things, as we've looked at our plan, actually involved doing some things differently in our buildings and potentially making some changes to the entrances in our building. We're talking about, at this point in time, looking at a buzzer system in elementary schools and in our middle school. We're in the process of looking at the possibility and if it's reasonable for us to make that change in the near future. We are going to bring through Benji as well as our liaison officers and have them kind of review our facilities to see where they think we need to make some of these enhancements. A couple of things we're talking about may actually involve structural changes in the way that our buildings are set up so that we can provide the safest possible environment for our kids. And we know that what happened in Connecticut, that person found his way into the building no matter what. If somebody is on that mission, they're going to be able to. But we can make every effort we can to make sure that that doesn't happen, and we want to make sure we're doing that. We feel very confident with our lockdown procedures and the plan we have in place, but we do know that we have some needs with our facilities, and we want to look at that. To kind of transition, we did talk about a sinking fund back in August, and it was something that we brought in front of the board as a possibility to move forward with the sinking fund. The board decided at that time and actually voted to wait, and we voted to wait to the spring. And so that's something that if we choose to go forward with the sinking fund, we need to make a recommendation to go in that direction by the end of February. I am personally, a lot of the things that are on, everything that's on that list is still on that list, but because of what happened in December, I think we've got some new items that we need to add to that list, and that list has changed now. I feel good the fact that we started this process before, but we also know that there are some things that we need to do to enhance what we're looking for. In our work session before, we talked about trying to bring in some outside consultants to take a look at our facilities, to do some needs assessments, and hopefully we'll be able to bring that back to you in the next month and share that information with you, and then we can make a decision in February to determine what we want to do.